Sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out, hear me out. It's all the things you never show. There are the things I want to know. Secrets die in your heart to true. But you don't wanna tell me now. I guess I'll never know. Losing almost all my energy. Feeling like talk to you. I'm the only one who speaks. All the things you never show. There are the things I want to know. Secrets die in your heart to slow. But you don't wanna tell me now. I guess I'll never know. Here we go, turning out the wrong things to rise. Here we go, you can take me there to the end. Whoa, this life is all yours. Whoa, I can't stay if you can't let it go. Never really knows what's going on. Even when you're next to me, I feel like you're gone. All the things you never show. There are the things I want to know. Secrets die in your heart to slow. But if you don't wanna tell me now, I guess I'll never know. But if you don't wanna tell me now, I guess I'll never know.
What's up, BU Nation? How you guys doing? It's Friday Night Live, another episode where we're gonna be here together talking about Brazil, discussing everything that concerns the country, the culture, the basically everything. That's the idea. We're here for us to really reach out, right? For us to get together, have a conversation, right? Oh, sorry, I'm speaking without the microphone. How can I do that? Let me see if this gets better now. I forget that I usually record with the microphone here, so it's stronger than me. Hold on a second. Much better. Much better. So guys, welcome for another Friday Night Live. The weather is quite cold in São Paulo today. We've been having a few rain showers in the city. It's kind of drizzling right now, I'm gonna be honest with you. The temperatures are low. It's that typical and perfect night for you to be here speaking with your friends, sharing thoughts on YouTube, and also watching your favorite stuff. Preparing a popcorn, watching a basketball game. Oh, by the way, I'm going to stop at 7 o'clock. I hope you guys can show up before. because I need to play basketball. It's the only night that I have on the week that I'm free. So after 7 o'clock, I'll be joining the guys that I usually go on Fridays to play some basketball. But I had to be here as always, talk to you about everything and anything concerning the country of Brazil. I'm not gonna apologize. I'm falling behind schedule with my videos, but you guys will have, I promise. I have a lot of videos to edit right now. But little by little, I'm trying to find a way to make the gear work better. Probably hire someone to deal with the editing while I record. I think it's easier for me if I do this. I record the things, I post. I pass for a guy to edit, and then things get better and easier, right? Because doing everything, I'm gonna tell you guys, kind of complicated. And the day started very early here in Brazil, in São Paulo for me. I went to get my document, my identification card. Brazil has a new identification card, if you guys don't know. In the past, we had something called RG. I'm gonna show you. Hey, just giving you a heads up about the fact that your screen is gonna explode with cuteness. This is Manuela's RG. Take a look at that, guys. So cute. Do you see? She was just a little baby when we had this done. This is her document. So this identification here will disappear. Brazil is replacing the famous RG, which would be Registro Geral, for what we call SIN card now. But not SIN like you are a sinner, right? Just to make it clear. CIN, which is Carteira de Identificação Nacional, or National Identification Card, or cartão. I think it's cartão, not carteira. And a modification that is coming with this new documentation, and I'm gonna have this replaced. Of course, I'm gonna keep this forever for me because it's a good memory. But I remember when she took that picture, it was amazing. Like the way the guys are very well trained, so they had to put Manuela sitting. She was just a little baby, and they would make like making some movements. They had some rattles on their hands, for her to pay attention and take the picture. The picture was digital already. So the new card, the SIN card, has a new feat, right? Because in the past we had a number, an identification number that comes here. And we also had the CPF number, which is our tax document and everything, but a little similar to the Social Security number in the United States. So nowadays, the CPF will replace everything. The CPF has become the most important number for Brazilians or for the government. So even our identification card nowadays, it's gonna be a card like this, a SIN card, CIN, Carteira de Identificação Nacional, and it will have just one number, and the number is the CPF number. So every Brazilian citizen nowadays will have that SIN card, much more modern, but the CPF number will be the mother of all the numbers, exactly like the Social Security number in the United States. In the past, it was not. It was just a fiscal thing that the stores requested when you bought something, or when you were ordering something through the internet. They asked you to show the CPF number. But it was just that. We also had a registration in the police, which is like this document I told you, with Manuela's picture. Take a look. So this is the old RG. This card is being replaced for the SIN card. And the SIN card is much more modern, beautiful. I had the possibility to get my own today. Not get my own, prepare my own. It takes 22 days for you to receive, but at least it's done. And the CPF number will be the number highlighted. There will be no more numbers. RG number will stop existing. And the funny thing, I just received an order in my house here, right? And the guy said, "What is your RG number?" to confirm the delivery. And I even told him, "Yeah, this is just for now, because in the next few months, forget this. This will definitely disappear, and the CPF number will become the most important one." Guys, just to let you know, make sure you smash the like button, you subscribe to the channel in case you haven't. Just reminding you guys, it's always important because I don't know if anyone new will be watching. We have 3 videos a week, at least I try, okay? As I am a lonely fighter in this quest for success on YouTube. I edit, I record, I write the script, so everything is on my back. So sometimes I fail and I don't have the possibility to deliver all the videos. But the regulars, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays at 4 o'clock p.m. Brazilian time. And I also have a secondary channel I'd like you guys to subscribe in case you haven't, which is the Portuguese with Mark Saint. Don't forget to go check it out, because I am preparing videos for that channel that concern the Portuguese language, of course. And if you guys are interested in learning Brazilian Portuguese, you can get in contact with me through the Instagram account. I have 2. I have Brazil.unsubtitled, which is from this channel, and also Portuguese with Mark Saint on Instagram. So make sure you go visit, you take a look at the content, because I've been posting some interesting things there. I think it will bring you culture, which is really good, right? That's what everybody needs. If you guys want to ask me a question, you know what to do. Just to step up and ask me what you want to ask. Remember, be respectful. I am here to bring you quality to your life in terms of Brazil, if you guys want to learn about the country. So be respectful. Remember, I'm just here working and being your friends and being your representative in the country. It's very important to say this because I know there are trolls around, so I need to say that. If you want to send a super chat, it's always welcome. If you guys want to support the channel, somehow we have 3 communities that you can go and check and see if they make sense to you, and choose any of those perks in exchange for a small contribution for the channel. Okay, all the messages done. What I'd like to do is, I'd like to, as I always do, I read the news of what's going on in Brazil. Okay, so you guys get updated from a Brazilian of what is happening in the country. If you're already watching, you want to say a hello, remember this live streaming goes from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. only Brazilian time. I'm starting just with 1 hour. If I see it's getting really popular and I need to increase it, I will do it gradually. So I might have 30 minutes more or maybe 1 hour more. And sometimes that happens, I'm going to say. Sometimes I receive so many interesting questions. Normally, from the middle to the end of the broadcast, I noticed this. People normally arrive at 6:30, but I cannot start at 6:30. I'm sorry. It has to be 6. But then 7 o'clock, we are in the peak of our conversations, but sometimes I have to go, like tonight. So 7 o'clock, that's when I'm stopping here. Let's see what's going on in Brazil. We still have a lot of news about the Pope's death, right? I think today was the 2nd day of his funeral, if I'm not mistaken, or yesterday, I'm not sure. So be sure this will probably take over. The Brazilian media will be, reporting about his death very much. Like I have a picture here on Estadão from the whole government of Brazil. So we have Lula and his wife Janja. And then we have Dilma Rousseff, who is our former president. She is also there. Everybody observing the casket with the Pope. And the casket is open, of course. And Dilma today is the president of the BRICS Bank. I've already mentioned that here. We also have Lewandowski, which is our justice here in the Supreme Court. And we have, I forgot the name of this guy. He was the foreign relations minister, but he's also here observing the casket. But local news, let's see what's going on in Brazil. And in the meantime, if you guys want to ask me any questions relating to the videos, be my guest. Just one, look, another report about Brazil. Jair Bolsonaro, the former president, is still in the hospital. I told you this, I think last Monday or last Friday, I don't remember, saying that because he was stabbed during the campaign for presidency when he won, that was some 6 years ago. His, according to him and the doctors, his organism, his intestines, they don't work as they used to anymore. They work with trouble, and from time to time he needs to check in the hospital to examine and apply medication. So things are kind of complicated. Right now he is in the ICU unit, and he was served by the justice because there's this criminal lawsuit against him. So he was served in the ICU bed. He is lucid, okay? He has I forgot how to say that. If you guys are there, you can help me. He has like a tube in his nose where he receives feeding, something like this. So the image is grotesque, I would say, because he's a patient. And he's in a very fragile and vulnerable situation. And this video went viral because people are calling our justice, Alexandre de Moraes, who's very polemic. He has had problems with Elon Musk, just so you guys understand. He's calling him heartless, cold, because he's really, he doesn't care about the human life because the guy is sick. He just had a very long surgery, and he has like a belt in his stomach, right? So, it's this video specifically because they filmed the girl going there and serving him for the justice. So, just a second, guys. So guys, so everybody's saying this is so absurd to serve the guy in such a situation like this. I wish I could show you guys. I would do that. I told you I was gonna do that, but I didn't have time to format things here for you guys to be able to see what I'm seeing. Let's see if for the next week I can do it. But what Alexandre de Moraes, the justice, said was, look, a couple of days ago he was recording a video for a helmet commercial, and I haven't seen this, but they said that he was helping his son with a helmet commercial, and he made the video from the hospital bed. So the justice thought, okay, if he's okay to make a commercial of a product in the hospital bed, he is okay to receive the summoning, right? So he received the documents there, and oh my God, everybody's talking about this, that this is crazy. So the Bolsonaristas got really angry. Bolsonaro had an argument with the girl, but the girl is just doing her job. She is just obeying to what the judge asked her to do. So complicated, no? On the sports news here, Dorival Jr., if you guys remember, he was the coach from our national team. He is now going to be the coach for Corinthians. So if you like the Paulista soccer, And if you like Corinthians, Dorival Jr. will be the new coach, right? What else is going on here? Oh, I just received some piece of news from a friend here, saying that George Santos, this guy who gives Brazil a very bad name abroad, he is part of he was part of the American government. He was just sentenced to 7 years in prison. I think my friend will be here to discuss with us about this pretty soon. And then we're gonna talk about it because I haven't. Oh, let me read that with you guys. Let me see why he was. Because this guy is really complicated. When he was working in the government, I remember hearing some things about him. That was just crazy. Corruption. Oh my God, a lot of very weird things, right? Let me just define here, just a second, guys. And if I can put that in English, it would be better. Let me see. Translate. Translate to English. Yeah, it worked. Former Brazilian Congressman George Santos sentenced to 7 years in prison in the United States for corruption. Oh, that's so terrible. This is really terrible. Bringing Brazil a very bad name. Not only him, I know a lot of people, they do that, right? So look, Republican must also pay 370 grand in restitution to victims and a 205,000 fine to the public treasury. That's horrible. Former Congressman George Santos, the son of Brazilian parents, who fell from grace after lying about his life story and ended up expelled from Congress, was sentenced to more than 7 years in prison in the United States for corruption on Friday. After the lies came to light, he came under investigation and was accused of falsifying campaign finance records, defrauding donors, and improperly collecting unemployment benefits. Man, he tried to do what they do in Brazil in the United States. Come on, man, be smarter, right? Be smarter. It's very stupid, Very stupid. I know that happens here, right? Not everywhere we have a lot of good politicians, but this corruption exists, I'm not gonna lie to you. And he tried to do that in the United States. That's brilliant, no? And I'm being sarcastic, of course. In a ruling issued Friday, the judge agreed with the 87-month sentence requested by prosecutors. The Justice Department said that even after pleading guilty last year, Santos repeatedly attempted to shift the blame onto others. Very common, right? People never take responsibility for what they do. They don't own up to their own shit. Or sorry, I can't say these words here. They don't own up to their stuff, unfortunately. And showed no genuine remorse. I don't know, maybe this guy is not normal. He was also ordered to pay more than what I said, 370 grand in restitution and a fine of 205 grand. John Durhan, acting U.S. attorney for the Eastern District of New York, said Santos was being held accountable for years of deceit and theft. He's going to federal prison and will be punished for his staggering fraud. Great. Congratulations. He sat outside the courthouse. George Santos, in turn, left the court without speaking to the press. He must appear to serve his sentence on July 25th. In court, Santos pleaded for leniency, saying through tears that he was humiliated and punished, acknowledging that he had betrayed the trust of his constituents. Really? He had previously pleaded. I remember a song from Rihanna, right? You're only sorry because you got caught. That's basically what we have to say about you, Santos. Acknowledging that he had betrayed he had previously pleaded guilty to fraud and aggravated identity theft. I offer my deepest apologies, he said. I cannot rewrite the past, but I can control the path forward. Yeah, he's gonna have a lot of time to think about it in prison. His lawyers had asked for a 2-year prison sentence, saying he had taken, okay, 2 years, he had taken responsibility for his actions. The defense wrote in court papers that his actions stemmed largely from misguided desperation related to his political campaign, rather than any inherent malice. But District Judge Joanna Seibert was unconvinced. Where is your remorse? Where do I see it? She asked as she sentenced him. Friday's sentence marked the end of the rise and fall story of George Santos, the son of Brazilians elected as a congressman by the Republican Party in 2022 and expelled from the Congress the following year, bringing the country a very bad name. Santos admitted to deceiving donors and stealing the identities of nearly a dozen people, including family members, to fund his victorious campaign. That's crazy, man. From the moment he declared his candidacy for Congress, Santos used his campaign for his own financial enrichment and benefit, said prosecutor John Durham. George Santos was elected by Republicans in a wealthy New York district that encompasses part of Queens and Long Island. Wow, that's just crazy. Well, at least he will pay, right? He will be punished for this. And this is what we expect from all corrupt politicians, to be punished. Because, come on, you are elected is to help the population, is to bring light for the darkness or the problems the population deals on a regular basis. Come on, right? It's just ridiculous. What else is happening? Let's see. That involves Brazil. GMW will start producing Haval H6 in Brazil in June and confirm the pickup truck Power. Oh, that's a big thing. Guys, these Chinese electric cars are incredible. They are receiving, a lot of, a lot of attention in the country. Everywhere you go, you see Haval, you see BYD, and I owe you guys more videos about this. I've been suggested by friends to go and drive one. I will work on this as soon as possible because fantastic. One day I took an Uber from the cinema to my house with my family, and we had the privilege to be driven in a BYD. Incredible. I look at the dashboard. It looked like another a science fiction movie. Everything so modern, big screens. The design was amazing. The guys are really investing in this kind of thing. That's fantastic. Oh, look at that. I'm gonna read for you a little bit about this. GMW to start producing Haval H6 in Brazil in June and confirms Power pickup truck. Chinese company will start machines at the Iracemápolis factory in May and start mass production of the H6 in June. Mid-size pickup truck will arrive at the beginning of the second half of the year and also be made in São Paulo. Guys, just type for you to see. Or I can do that for you. Take a look. I think I can show you here. Let's improvise here, guys. Look at the pickup truck I'm talking about. That's fantastic, no? That's the Chinese GWM production. Great Wall Motors. So China is really investing in the Brazilian market. More than 3 years after purchasing the Mercedes-Benz factory in Iracemápolis. Oh, I heard a guy in Uber saying that. GMW will finally start producing vehicles in Brazil. During the Shanghai Motor Show in China, executives from the Chinese automaker confirmed that everything is ready at the unit for the start of local production. Fantastic. The schedule will be as follows. In May, the factory in the countryside of São Paulo will start producing pre-series units of the Haval H6 and hybrid SUV in the 4 versions currently available in the country. Then, between June and July, the first national models will be delivered to dealers. Let me show you the rear of the car. It looks beautiful. Check it out. Check that out. Beautiful, no? Just beautiful. Good evening, Tisha. Tisha is also a BU member, a BU family member, always with us. Thank you very much. We missed you the last streaming. I think you didn't come on Monday, right? You don't have to come every day. That's not what I'm saying. But when you come, it's always a pleasure. Okay, Tisha? Hope everything's okay there. And I'm reading here a report about the Chinese cars that are being produced they're going to start production in Brazil. At the start of operations, most of the SUV's components will be imported from China. However, according to Ricardo Bastos, the Director of Institutional Affairs at GMW Brazil, the company will localize components over the next 2 years, also aiming to export the vehicles to South America. So Brazil will probably be a hub to distribute the cars to other places. That's interesting. Our model will not be a SKD or CKD. The Haval is already in the Mover program system, whatever that means, because I have no idea what I just read. We have enabled it piece by piece, and some of them already have a reduced tax rate. The factory will have 2 lines and a painting booth with tanks already sized to receive the poor pickup truck line, Bastos explains. And they will sell, guys. Let me tell you, because the Brazilians are in love with these Chinese, this generation of cars from China. They are just very modern and beautiful. And there you go. You can see the picture right there. So they will definitely sell everything, I'm pretty sure. In addition to the Haval H6 SUV, GWM will launch the power pickup truck line in Brazil. The launch will be at the beginning of the second half of the year in August, with the initial offer in the diesel version. And then, at the end of 2025, the pickup truck will gain a plug-in hybrid version, the PHEV, with a gasoline engine, and will begin to be manufactured in Iracemápolis, which belong to Mercedes-Benz, as we just read. According to Bastos, there will be 2 different versions of the Por in Brazil, including, oh, look at the dashboard. My God, let me show you guys. Wow, including in terms of appearance. I have a student who has a GWM small one, I think it's Orion. He says, oh, the car is amazing. Car is just amazing, modern. He says when you drive, you don't hear anything. It's like, it's very, very low machine noises. So he said it's amazing. Let me show you guys. And by the way, I saw Tesla in Brazil today. I was in the Uber going to the subway, and then I saw a very beautiful car. I said, what car is this? When I saw the symbol, it looked like a letter T from far. Oh, it's a Tesla. It was a Tesla. I said, man, we don't have a factory, so the guy probably imported a Tesla to Brazil. Just crazy. Check it out. Look at the dashboard, guys. Check that out. Beautiful, no? And there was another video that I was about to, I think I recorded, but it didn't come out good, so I decided not to go on with it, which shows more and more car companies investing in the country from China. I think it's hybrid, yes. I think it's hybrid. It says here that it's a hybrid version. So it's, but oh look, there is 37.1 kWh battery, kilowatts, right? Which is installed on the rear axle and accepts for charging. The Tank 300 SUV has a range of 75 kilometers in 100% electric mode. Yeah, it said hybrid here. And many are electric. Oh, the Haval 86 hybrid SUV. Exactly. It might be gas and electric. Yeah, China investing heavily in the Brazilian market, right? Betting on the growth of the country. What else is going on? If you guys are there, similar dash to the Hulling line of EV cars. I don't know this one, Tisha. Hulling line. Yeah, but they are the Hulling. They are coming really beautifully, this new designs. We are really on the 21st century with the designs that they are making for the new cars. Amazing. The secret now, I think the fight is to work on the batteries, right? I heard that the BYD now created a battery charger it charges the car in minutes. It's like 15 minutes, I guess. The car is charged or less. It's just crazy. Can you imagine? The future is how do you create cars that don't have to be recharged? Can you imagine? Maybe solar energy. That would be fantastic. The car that would never stop. That would be amazing. I think so. I think Brazil just needs to know, Tisha, how to invest that back to the country, right? With everything, when you have a capital mass entering the country and flowing here, I think the secret, and it's something we need to see, is how the government reinvests back in the country. Not only on the generation of jobs that these companies are bringing, but also infrastructure, security, right? You need to give the basic conditions for these companies to operate. I remember when I was an English teacher in a very big industry. I remember I was the teacher for many directors there, and I was the teacher for a quality director. And he was saying that, for example, when they produced the wheels, right? Steel wheels. And the steel came in coils on top of trucks, the cargo trucks. And they had to be driven all the way from the usines, from the industries, the factories, to their company to receive the coils, which was the raw material, and then produce the wheels. So it had to go on the roads, on the highways, because Brazil doesn't have an infrastructure that makes the logistics more simple for the companies. Not all cases, but in general, right? Especially São Paulo, for example. And he told me, I remember at the time, that they had a branch in Germany. And in Germany, it was like this. The raw material arrived through the ports, through the ships. And then there was like a crane, a steel arm, a mechanic arm that would pick up the coil and move to the other side and drop it on a train that was stationed just waiting for that. They had like a train track, right? A rail system there. So the trains stopped, received the coil, and then just went. And far away there, the company was located at the side of the railroad. So it would stop, another crane would pick up the coil and deliver inside the company. This is amazing. This is very well thought logistics, you know what I mean? I'm not a master in logistics, far from this. But it makes more sense, having trains, have all the structure. And I think Brazil needs to invest on this now. How do I create a the best scenario for the companies to operate in the country, right? German, how are you, man? I hope all has been well with you and your family. Thank everything's okay, man. Hope everything's okay at your end as well. Thank you very much. What else is going on, guys? Oh, I have a video about this. I'm not even gonna comment. Just gonna leave you curious or let you guys curious. São Paulo is gonna have a third international airport. I'm planning to release a video next week about that. We're gonna have a third international airport in the city of São Paulo. As of yet, we got Gru Airport, which is the most famous, pretty close to São Paulo, on the outskirts, the city of Guarulhos. We have Viracopos in Campinas. I got friends. I have a friend from Tennessee whose wife is spending a time here in Brazil because she's Brazilian, and she lives in the countryside of the state. So Viracopos makes more sense. So now he lands in Viracopos. He doesn't have to come to Guarulhos. This is amazing. In the past, everything was concentrated in Guarulhos. Now he's landing from the United States to Viracopos and going to the countryside where his wife is staying with her family, you know. And now we're going to have a third airport. More information on my next video. If you guys are here watching, please remember to smash the like button. Make sure you do that. It's very important. Remember to watch the content of the channel. Leave a comment. Everything that you do, and it's free of charge, goes a long way to help the channel, okay? I may need to look into investing in São Paulo at this point because of the third airport being built. Yes, I'm just going to advance to you that the third airport will be in the countryside. It will not be in the city of São Paulo. But it makes very much sense, guys, because it will attract more tourism to the region where they decided to build. But as I said, I'll give you much more information through my video. I want you guys to be able to watch it, and I'm still studying about it. It's not because I'm holding the information back. I'm still studying about it. I produced the script 30 minutes ago, but I'm still reading more because I would like you guys to have the best information. So keep an eye on the channel, and you're gonna receive this video this week, I promise. Just reminding you guys, our live streams start at 6 p.m. I have plans to expand this as soon as possible. But as for now, I'm going to limit to 1 hour of conversation. So I'm going to stop at 7 o'clock. I have an appointment with the basketball team. So 7 o'clock, I'm leaving. If you guys can't be here at 6, don't worry. We can, in the future, expand the time that we're going to be here to talk to you guys, okay? But São Paulo, German, let me tell you, São Paulo is investing a lot in infrastructure. I want to make more videos about it because when I open the newspaper, it's incredible. New subway lines, new trains, so many other things is going on. There is one thing that I'm waiting. You know, I'm very excited about that, which is they promised to change the government palace to the downtown area to attract investors, to revitalize the location because it's been abandoned for a while. Nowadays you have a lot of homeless people, so they're trying to renovate. And look, the downtown area of São Paulo is so charming. It mixes the idea of the colonial architecture with the modern. So it's very bohemian. There are a lot of interesting bars. They needed to treat the place with more, more appreciation. Like when I was in Vienna, I remember walking in the downtown area, so beautiful, so clean. Why is it so hard in Brazil? We need to have that here too. So this governor and the mayor, they work together in partnership on this. And the project has been approved already to transfer the governmental palace, the control of the state, to the downtown area of the city of São Paulo. So it's going to be an interesting thing. If you have any questions, I'm here. Just shoot. We got 9 minutes. Make sure you do it. What else is going on in São Paulo? I've already told you that it's cold in here. Drizzling all day. So the winter is almost there. Basically, that's what we got. Let me just change the source here to see anything different. It says that I think the funeral is tomorrow, no? The funeral of the Pope. Because even Trump has arrived there to follow. This might be interesting. Let me just see if I can put that in English. I'll be happy to see the São Paulo Spring. Yes. I'm very excited about your trip, Tisha, because I think you will enjoy. There are so many things happening in the city. Look for the cultural calendar. I think I've already mentioned a few things for you, but it would be interesting for you to check for yourself and see what exactly you want to see, because São Paulo is suffering tremendous modifications, which is very good. I was talking to my wife. I say, I think São Paulo wants to join the calendar of the big metropolis in the world, like become a reference of culture and modernization. Let's work for this. We have the money, man. The expansion of the subway has always been a dream, When I was a little boy back in Guarulhos, we always wanted the subway to arrive in the city and never did. Now they have a project, it's been approved. They have a reserve for this, the money is already separated, and they're starting the construction. Let's do it, I think they haven't gotten to this line yet, but they're pretty close. So it's going to be amazing. It'll be amazing. Even the rich areas are receiving those monorails. So I just can't wait. I have a video, by the way. I've been working in this video for 7 months now in secret. And I'm going to disclose that for you guys, because you guys are my loyal friends, are always here with me. I'm filming the subway system little by little. Every time I take the subway, make a shot, I film it here and there. Because when I make this video about the subway line in São Paulo, I'm going to blow your heads up. You guys are going to say, wow, fantastic. I want to show you everything that has been done so far, the access to the airport. That video that I made that shows how to go from the São Paulo airport to the downtown area will be renovated. I'm going to make another one showing you now with the new connection, because they have already bought trains from China, from BYD, by the way, trains that are very modern. And you're going to go from inside the airport to the connection to the train line that takes you to the downtown area. Like this, with very few stops. And this train also belongs to the airport. The airport is going to take you from the terminal to the access to the train line, and from the train line you're going to go to Luz station, which is in the heart of São Paulo. And after the modernization with the government transferring their power to the downtown, can you imagine? You can get off on Luz and new hotels will come there and you guys will be able to stay there and explore the city at night. Oh my God. The possibilities are vast. I agree, Tisha. I agree. Totally agree with you. You gotta start somehow, right? So let's just wait and see, you know. Let's just wait and see what is gonna happen. Oh, guys, I said I was gonna read that for you about the economics. Dollar drops for the sixth consecutive month and closes at 5.68, which is still high, right? Ibovespa, which is our stock exchange, renews highest level in 7 months. Market optimism comes amid signs that trade tensions between the US and China may have eased. The US currency fell 0.13% to R$5.68. The main stock index on the Brazilian Stock Exchange closed up 0.12% to 134,739 points. The dollar fell for the sixth consecutive time and closed the sessions this Friday, quoted at 568. With that, it ended the week with an accumulated decline of more than 2%. Meanwhile, the Ibovespa, the main stock index of the Brazilian Stock Exchange, closed higher and renewed the highest level since September 2024. That means a lot of business are being done here in the country. In the week, it accumulated gains of 3.93. Investors reacted positively to signs that there may be an easing of tensions between the United States and China, and reacted to new Brazilian inflation data released by the Brazilian Institute of Geography and Statistics, IBGE, which indicated a new slowdown in prices. I love to hear that. I have to celebrate. You know, I made that video about the history of Plano Real, the 30 years of Plano Real, and I'm gonna say it was very hard for me to make that video because revisiting that nightmare, because I was a kid. I remember going to the supermarket with my father and arriving there, and the guys were always changing the price. That was hell. So when I see that inflation is going down in Brazil, and when they say, oh, we have an inflation, it's 0 point something, 1 point something, it's so beautiful. So beautiful. So, and here it says, take a look, I'm reading news from today, a slowdown in prices in Brazil. Thank you, Jesus. That's what we have to celebrate. Attention remains focused on international news, particularly on relations between the United States and China. Amid signs that tensions between the two countries have eased. This Friday, in an interview with the Time magazine, Trump said he received a call from the president of China, Xi Jinping, to talk about the tariff war between the countries. China, however, denied it was in talks with the Republican and said the United States should stop creating confusion. Business groups have told Reuters that China has suspended tariffs on some imported U.S. products. In Brazil, the Broad Consumer Price Index 15, IPCA 15, this is an index that shows the level of inflation, considered the official preview of inflation, registered an increase of 0.43% in April. The result, driven by the food and health groups, represents a new slowdown in the indicator. Fantastic. My pocket thanks you very much. The dollar fell 0.08%, quoted at 568. At the lowest point of the day, it reached 5.66. As a result, it accumulated 2.02 decline in the week, drop of 0.33 in the month, and loss of 7.98 in the year. The previous day, the US currency fell 0.47%, quoted at 569. It's still, yeah, sometimes I think, man, dollar used to be 2 reais, $1, 2 reais. Can you imagine? I remember when $1 was 78 cents of real. So real for a while was stronger, for a while. And then it got normal. Normal is the United States currency being stronger than ours. But we lived with a dollar for 2 reais for many years. And people would tell me, going to Miami is kind of hard now because, it's the double the price. Oh my God. Complaining. Now it's 568 and it says it's a low, a rate incredible. We have a saying in Brazil, we say, nós éramos felizes e não sabíamos. We were happy and we didn't know. That's the point. And then he says that what is moving the markets, the tensions between China and the United States, blah, blah, blah. That's it. Basically, that's it. Hey, Josh, you're getting to the end of the party, buddy. If Trump says it's not true. Yeah, no, it's not 5 reais, $1, man. It's 5 point something. I have already read it. 5 point, I think 5.68, something like that. 78. So it's stronger than that, But it was. Don't worry, you're always with us. Don't worry, it's okay. I just have to stop earlier because I settled with the guys to play basketball. So, but I was saying, let me repeat, okay? You guys are amazing, and I want to be here longer. So, as things are going well, on Fridays, I think I will expand a little bit more. Probably next Friday we can start like 6:30 or a little later. And I think I'll start 6:30 next Friday because that's when people start checking in. And we can go until 8, until 9, I don't know, depending on the level of the conversation. But today, specifically, I have to go because I have an appointment. It's been a while I don't play basketball. I can't leave the guys hanging. I need to be part of the team there. But hope you guys watch this live stream. It's recorded. I've read a lot of interesting news. If you like Brazil and if you're interested in this market, you guys should go back and watch because I talk about GWM and investments and stuff, some political stuff, and also the dollar. So I'll try to read these things as often as I can for us to have a conversation. I also talked about George Santos, which embarrasses and ashames the country of Brazil, carrying our name because of his parents being Brazilians, unfortunately, right? Thank you very much for everything. Hope you guys are great. Hope life finds you well wherever you are. Thanks for the audience, for being here all the time watching. Love you all. I'll talk to you next Monday at 6 p.m.